What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to the Hike to Change channel. I'm here at Ridley Creek State Park, and I'm going to go over how I'm going to be sleeping on the trail. And no, I'm not in the middle of nowhere. As you can see, there's the bathroom. So I'm just over at Ridley Creek State Park. This is where I do my hiking training. I'm not training today, but I figured I'd shoot a couple videos out here. So this one's about my sleep system. So how am I going to get good rest out in the sleep? A couple pieces of gear that I'm going to need. One of those things is my sleeping pad, which is in this little stuff sack right here, which is the Nemo Tensor insulated sleeping pad. It is 3 inches thick, which is clutch when you are as big as I am, because I've laid on this thing and I don't even come close to touching the ground. So it'll alleviate a lot of hip pain and things like that. So I'll actually get much more comfortable sleep. I've used other sleeping pads, and by the time the morning comes around, my hips hurt because I'm just digging into the ground, because I just crush all the compression. Because this is 3 inches thick, it is just amazingly comfortable. Now, I did get the long wide version of this, so it's like 25 inches wide. I believe it's 76 inches long. It's also insulated. So if you ever seen one of those Mylar blankets that they use for emergency rescue, the big silver blanket looking things, almost sounds like paper. They have that interweaving inside the sleeping pad, so what that does is it actually reflects your body heat back up to you. This is actually rated now to go down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. I haven't tested it out in that kind of weather yet, but I could tell just by lying on this that, like, I did it in my apartment, and it's 60 degrees in my apartment, and I was sweating. It was hot. I've taken it outside in like 29, 30 degree weather, and it was very warm. I was very comfortable. Now, the other part of my sleep system is my sleeping quilt. Now, I'm not going for a full sleeping bag. I'm actually just using a quilt. The reason for that is that down is very warm and very good to use for insulation. The problem with down, and for most insulation, is that if you compress it, you lose all the insulation value, because you need that space for it to trap the air and warm it. So if you're using a full sleeping bag and you're lying on your back, you're lying on your side, wherever you're lying on, you're compressing that down, so you're not getting any insulation value out of it. So in essence, you're carrying dead weight, because part of that bag is just never going to insulate you. So what a lot of backpackers do is they go with a quilt, because it cuts down on weight. You can get a much warmer sleeping blanket and be able to handle lower temperatures without sacrificing weight. So that was very important to me, because again, I'm trying to lighten up my gear as much as possible. So I got the Katabatic Flex 22. It's rated down to 22 degrees. And from everything I've seen on reviews, there's not a lot of reviews of this stuff. I don't know why Katabatic isn't as popular or isn't as reviewed as much. But 22 degrees is like their comfort rating. Most bags go for survival rating. So if it says it's 22 degrees, it doesn't mean you're going to be comfy at 22 degrees. It just means you won't die, or you won't get hypothermia. Katabatic generally uses 22 degrees, or uses the degree ratings as comfort. Now, I've taken this outside, and it was about 27 degrees when I took it outside. I laid in there for a little while just to check it out, and with my sleeping pad, and I was pretty warm. I was comfortable, and I was just in a t-shirt and a pair of shorts when I was in there, and it was very comfortable, so I was very okay with that. So I think this will be successful. So between the two, I should be very warm, and I can always layer up. I have base layers I'm taking with me, which will help increase my warmth. I have my down puffy. If it gets really cold and I'm really feeling a chill, I can throw my down puffy on. My base layer top actually has a hood to it. I'll have a scully cap with that as well. So I can take this down. I'm pretty sure I could take this down to the teens and be comfortable and not have to worry about, I mean, I might be a little chilled, but I'm not going to be freezing. I'm not going to have to worry about hypothermia. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up. Okay, so here's the sleeping pad by itself, just to give you an idea of the size. I got this on a picnic bench here at Ridley Creek State Park. I mean, it almost takes up the whole tabletop. Like I said, it's about 3 inches thick. I didn't blow it completely up. I blew it most of the way up. But I wanted to show you the pump sack real quick. So this is the pump sack. So it attaches to the valve system down there. You basically blow air into this through this top part up here, and then you roll it down, and you just force the air into it, so it blows it up for you. You don't have to use as many breaths at all. All right, so here's my whole sleeping system. There's my quilt on top of my sleeping pad with my pillow. So as you can see, I got the Trekology pillow. This is the biggest, thickest one that fits in the ultralight category. It's like 3 ounces. One of the things I like about it is it does come with a strap that wraps around your sleeping pad, which anybody who's camped before with a pillow knows those things go flying every which direction. They go flying everywhere. So being able to secure it to my sleeping pad is huge. I'm a side sleeper. I wanted that extra large kind of pillow, so when I sleep on the side, I'm not getting neck strain. And then I got the sleeping blanket on top. Now what's nice about the sleeping blanket is that, as you can see before, like I was saying, how it's open in the back. It doesn't seal all the way closed. And you use these straps here to secure it to your sleeping pad so you don't lose the pad. They don't become disjointed. I don't have it tightened down. I just have it for demonstration purposes. But it has this nice little button here so I can secure it around my neck and wrap it around my shoulders, and it'll keep me nice and warm. It comes with a draft collar, and then it has this pull right here where I can cinch it down even tighter around my neck so I'm not losing draft at the top of the sleeping blanket. Now, it's basically mummy shaped. As you can see, what makes it a blanket is the bottom is actually open. Why would I want that? Simple fact is that you're not always that cold, so sometimes you want to be able to vent out, but you can close it all the way through. You can also open it all the way up as a blanket. So I'm going to close it all the way down to show you what I'm talking about. So I close the foot box down, and as you can see, there's a little bit of fabric that sticks out the bottom there, and that'll prevent drafts from going up inside of it. I think they were one of the first to come up with that design. A lot of them didn't have that fabric. I think Underground Quilts does it now. I think a lot of them do it. I don't know which one was first, but they were up there. They were one of the first to do that. But that sticks out, and then you cinch around it, and that keeps the drafts from floating up and making your feet cold. But that's how you kind of close it up on a cold night to keep your feet warm. So you get the full benefit of basically sleeping in a mummy bag without actually having to carry the weight of a mummy bag. Now I flipped the bottom end up to show you how it closes, how it makes it a blanket. So there's a zipper here that's on the underneath, and that's what gives it that mummy shape. So it wraps around your feet and keeps you warm on really cold nights. But you can unzip that and open it up to a full blanket. So I'm going to open that up and show you what it looks like and how big it is as a full blanket. Alright, so I got this all the way open now as a full blanket. So the bottom's open up as wide as it'll go, and it wraps around this picnic bench. Like, that's how big it is. It goes all the way around. So on those warmer nights where I still want warmth, but I don't want to be too hot, I can open this thing all the way up. Basically, use it just like a blanket, because that's essentially what it is. I mean, here's my pillow down here. You can see it covers all the way to the bottom, all the way up to my face. Fully open. And that's why I picked this one. There are other ones that are just as good. I'm not knocking any of the other ones. But the reviews I saw on this particular one, like I said, the comfort rating, the rating they use is a comfort rating, not a survival rating. And 22 degrees comfortable, this lightweight, is amazing to me. So I'll post the weights of everything on my scale and what they post online somewhere on the screen somewhere. And oh yeah, just so you know, this was 850 fill down, duck down. It was responsibly sourced. Basically what that means is they didn't hurt the animals to make this down. They did it responsibly, which is important. I don't want animals getting hurt, but I do want a down blanket. So they responsibly sourced this, and they guarantee that. So for anybody who is really worried about how they treat the animals, again, this is responsibly sourced. I wanted to show you the pillow, the valve system on that. So here's the strap I was talking about that goes around the sleeping pad. It secures it, and it's got this little valve right here. And this is one I manually blow up. I don't use the pump sack for it. But there's a little, let's see if I can get in there. There's a little button right there. So when it's popped up, you can blow into it and blow it up, but the air doesn't escape. And when you're ready to just be done with it, push that in, and it just deflates. Pretty quick. I mean, that's pretty much already flat. I roll it up and it's ready to go. Alright, and this is what the valve looks like when it's closed on the sleeping pad. Like I said, you see there's two little tabs right here. There's one, two. You open up the top one, and that's when you fill it. And when you're filling it, it doesn't allow the air to escape, so you don't have to worry about, covering it up when you're in between breaths and things like that when you're doing the pump sack. So that makes it a lot easier. So it's a little hard to do one-handed, sorry. So notice the air is not escaping at all. I got the first part open, and that's how you fill it. I'm going to open up the second one, and you can see how quickly it deflates. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Not really. So it's open, and it's just deflating really quick. Now the easiest way to do that is to pop that open and then lay on top of it, and it just gets rid of the air so fast. So it's like 30 seconds, and then you just roll it up and you're ready to go.